Okay, we're resuming our boat tour of Hernando Beach. We're at the end of the Gomez Canal. The homes we're looking at now is along Carlos Court to the south side of Carlos Court. The house that's right in front of us now is one of my listings. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, fully updated stilt home listed for $625,000. Today is Thursday, July 13th, about 11:15 in the morning, and we're just touring around the canals of Hernando Beach so you can see what it would be like to live here on the water. All right, do a little camera adjustment here. There we go. All right, it's set for what I want. Perfect, that's better. All right, so this is Carlos Court. To get to Carlos Court, you go off of Campanero Intra down to Tampico Trail, all the way wrapping around Tampico Trail, it turns into Carlos Court. This is a direct Gulf access section of Hernando Beach, meaning these canals are tidal. It's actually really deep. It's actually 30 to 35 foot deep in this canal right now based on my depth finder. You'll see a large different variety of type of homes in our community. This is a non-HOA area of Hernando Beach. Honestly, the only HOA section of Hernando Beach is South Hernando Beach. The middle section is non-HOA as well. But the idea is really neat coastal community. We're about an hour north of Tampa International Airport along the Gulf of Mexico. Hernando Beach is the last farthest north saltwater canal community. After this going north, you start getting into river communities like Chaswisky, Homosassa, Crystal River, where the access to the Gulf of Mexico is through. You can see Stronghold over here building a knee wall. These guys are my go-to company when I'm recommending people build seawalls. Dave Pointek is the owner. He's a great guy. He'll give you a fair price, and their quality of construction is absolutely amazing. My go-to guy. I love him to death. He does all my seawall inspections for me as well. All right, so we just turned out of Gomez Canal. We're headed back along the main Marlin Canal section, and we're going to duck into these side canals as well when we get to them. All of the houses that we're looking at in this next section of video feed off of Campanero Intra. Campanero Intra is the furthest south road that gives direct Gulf of Mexico access homes. See a sign here for a house for sale on the corner of Carlos. I think off the top of my head it's priced for about $1.3 million. It's a big home. They got solar on it, pool. It's nicely decorated. Very Spanish style home with a steel roof. All right, so we're looking down now the run of Marlin Canal, and all of these houses that you're seeing are off of the north side of Carlos Court. If you happen to notice all the grass that's in these canals, that happens when we have west wind patterns like we've had for the last 6 weeks. Offshore of Hernando Beach is St. Mark's Reef. And when you think reef, you think coral, think grass flat. Think giant prairie underneath the water. And you have this long grass that grows there that shrimp grow up in, crabs grow up in, fish grow up in, and it's just offshore about starting about 2 miles offshore all the way to 20 miles offshore. It's this long grass, very healthy, very much like Florida Bay down in the Keys. Shallow, you're talking average less than 15 feet deep. There's freshwater springs, rock piles. There's ledges where the limestone ledges off as it gets deep. Just an amazing habitat for growing little fishies, and that's what makes the fishing in our area so good. But when we have these consistent west winds, it pulls all this grass to the shore. All right. So we're going along here. You see a canvas covered boat lift right here. That's allowed in Hernando Beach. I can't do one because I have a fixed upper deck on my boat. But if I had a regular boat, I'd probably have one of those. See a bunch of different seawalls at a bunch of different heights, some with overcaps, some with weepage and not weepage. You really want weepage to your seawall because when it rains on your grass, you want it to have somewhere to go. Canal depth right here is out of control. That's not right. Yeah. All right, we're coming up to Sanchez Canal. This canal is a canal where it'll be Tampico Trail, the western side of Tampico Trail. Come around this corner. I think I got grass on my depth finder and it's screwing it up, or it's just in a weird wake position. All right, the boat is pointed south here. The end of this road dead ends into Campanero Intra. And the homes that we're looking along with the camera are the homes along Tampico Trail to the west. Get a sip of tea. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. I specialize in selling waterfront fishing homes in Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties. I'm out here shooting these videos because I want you to see what it's like to live in these communities and have these experiences. Give me a call at 813-394-4356 if you have questions about the west coast of Florida. I've been around the whole west coast of Florida most of my life, from the Steenhatchee area all the way down to Longboat Key. It's a long stretch of ocean, but it's just a beautiful place to live. See a lot of one-story houses and then some two-story houses. One-story houses were grandfathered in before the regulation changed to only build stilt homes. You can get affordable flood insurance on a single-level house. You're looking at flood insurance generally about $3,000 to $4,000 a year if you get a loan. If you don't have a loan in your home and you own it free and clear, you don't have to carry flood insurance. And there's some really interesting debate about if you own it, do you really want to have flood insurance or not? Most of the people that I talk to think you're better off not, because the government will come in and bail you out, as opposed to carrying flood insurance where you have to deal with your flood insurance company, because they can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Homeowners insurance in our area is a little bit debatable right now. There's some stuff going through the Florida legislature that they're trying to make it more affordable, and I can't tell you whether it's helping or hurting. All right, so we're about to wind up along Tampico Trail here, and then when we turn the boat, the homes you'll be looking at are off of Diaz. The road right in front of you right there is Campanero Intra. And as we spin around, these homes are off of Diaz. All right, we're now looking at the homes along Diaz. The boat is pointed north. Puppy dog on the boat. Hey, puppy dog. He is not happy that I'm here. All right, the homes you're looking at are along Diaz Court. Nice outdoor living space there. Nice outdoor kitchen with a refrigerator, overhood thing. Nice bar. It's nice. It's neat to see what people do on the outside of their house. This is nice. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. My phone number is 813-394-4356. If you'd like to call me and ask questions about Hudson, Hernando Beach, all these areas. Hey, buddy. Sure. No problem. All right. Guy wanted me to slow down a little bit. Normally I try to go right about 4 miles an hour, but he wanted me to slow down, so I'll slow down. No big deal. All right. Now I'm going too fast again. All right. Let's just slow this down right like that. Perfect. In a boat, it's a little hard to know exactly what you got. And my boat sits heavy in the back, so I push a little more weight than other boats. All right. We're set at 4 miles an hour. Perfect. Here we go. All right. So we're back to looking at these homes and the lots. This is along Diaz. This home right here just sold for about $875,000. It was a 3-2 with the pool. Needed some updates inside, but decent home. Nice lot, nice view. All right, so we're back swinging into the Marlin Canal. Guys, this is an example here of a bad seawall. You can see from the seawall how it's slipped and fallen and cracked. Eventually, those front forward pieces will give way, and it's already got a big crack in it, so the sand is eroding behind it, and that's what's causing it to crack and fall. The owner of that lot should really address that now before it becomes a major issue and he loses a lot more of his seawall. All right, so this one is Diaz. And we're going to be looking at the west side of Diaz here. Alright. Again, we're now going to be pointing south, looking at the homes along the western side of Diaz Court. The house right here on Diaz, this house was listed for $1.3 million, and I think it's under contract, pending to close. Nice house, big house, pool on the side. The values of nice stilt homes in Hernando Beach has really jumped lately. We went, before a month and a half ago, we went 2 years without a sale of a house over $1 million. And now in 4 months, from May till August, we'll probably have 4 homes close at over $1 million. We're starting to get a lot of listings over $1 million now, where for the last several years, if you priced your house at $1 million, people laughed at you. Now, people are starting to get it, and I think in Hernando Beach, we're headed to a big leg up in values of premium stilt homes. See a cargo lift on the side of this house over here that gives them access and an elevator. Cargo lifts are way cheaper than residential elevators, They're supposed to be for cargo only, but yeah, you see a lot of humans riding in them too. All right, we're pointed south. The road at the end of this canal is Campanero Intra. You can see this is how we build houses out here. And I'm gonna stop and talk about this for a second. But you can see this crane is over here, and they're driving these pilings into the ground and hammering them into the ground. And I wish it was running, because that'd be cool as shit, but it's not running. So you can see, all right, stop the boat here. You can see how this crane, they're setting the poles with a little bit of a drill, and now he's gonna come in and pound those in. The house won't actually be built directly on those poles. They'll drive those poles into the ground, and then they'll put rebar through the top of the poles, and then they will form a cap. And that cap will then be the base for the concrete blocks to go up to a concrete lintel. And then they'll continuously pour the concrete lintel all through the hollow blocks, so it attaches to the rebar on top of those poles. This house right here at the corner of Diaz and Campanero Intra just sold for $900,000. It had great views of the Gulf of Mexico. A nice house, kind of a weird design. The kitchen kind of sat underneath like the master bedroom, so it kind of felt a little cramped. But it had a pool. I thought they got a pretty fair price for that. All right, we're spinning around. The road to the north is going to be Des Perez. All right. So the houses we're looking at now are along Des Perez off of Campanero Intra. And you can see some covered lifts. This canal's 24 feet deep. Puppy dog barking. Alright, so nice little covered patio on their dock. Nice pontoon boat. Again, one of my favorite type of boat here is a tower boat. When I buy a fishing boat again, I'm gonna buy myself a tower boat, simply because you get up there and you see the fish in the water so well, and it's just amazing driving from up on top of a tower boat. Going 4 miles an hour, we're doing good. The tan house you see with the widow's walk here is the perfect example of when a designer never shows up at the house or lot to build the house, because the view here is in the back of the house. But when they built this house, they built the laundry room, a half bath in the view. It totally blocked the view of the water from the second story. Your kitchen looked right into a wall, when you should have put the living room up front in the back by the water, and all the half bath and all the laundry room in the front, either on the front of the house where there's no view. That's one of my pet peeves, is I show up at houses and there's no view. You should have designed the house to be on the water, not on that. All right, so I'm gonna cut this video off right here, and then I'm gonna pick up the next video, because I'm trying to keep these all under 20 minutes or so. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker-owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. Give me a call if you're interested in Hudson, Hernando Beach, or the water along the west coast of Florida. 813-394-4356.